Listen, I had these guys game at Ohio State. You couldn't tell they were freshmen. First Big Ten game on the road. Both guys showed up, showed out, and had excellent performance. I'm expecting more of the same today at home with this electric crowd.
And those two guys had over half of the points for Illinois in that game in Columbus. We look on the other side, and we find Nebraska unbeaten and nationally ranked. A lot of people didn't expect us to be describing them that way in mid-December. What's leading the way for them so far?
Well, there's two things. First and foremost, their defense is really elite. They've been holding opponents' field goal percentage really, really low over the last 6 games. The second part is the most impressive, and that's their three-point shooting. They have 4 guys, that's right, Paul, I said 4 guys in their starting lineup alone that shoot 37 or above from 3. They absolutely get it cracking. It doesn't matter if it's the top of the key, strong weak side corners. Everybody is capable. They're willing passers. They're sharing the sugar, and that three-point line is an absolute weapon for this Nebraska ball club.
And Fred Hoiberg prioritized shooting better this season compared to last, and they're coming through so far. We take a peek at the starting lineups for Illinois. They joined UCLA as the only teams in the Big Ten where all 5 starters average double figures. Nebraska, those are grown-ups there. Every single one of their starters, upperclassmen. It's an experienced group for Fred Hoiberg. Huskers showed up to the arena last night, shot around for about an hour. I had a chance to talk to Fred. I said, what concerns you the most about this version of the Illini? He said, it's their physicality. We've got to match it when it comes to rebounding. Talked to Brad Underwood today at his shoot-around. Team's playing well, but he said, we're not even close to our ceiling yet. A lot of room to grow as they're just getting started here in the Big Ten season. Hey, considering that it is a true Midwest blizzard outside, kudos to everyone for showing up here. It holds 15,000. I think we're going to get close to capacity here.
Listen, this is an excellent crowd for the weather that's going on outside. Getting this many people in this building is just is just a thing of beauty. I tell you what, buddy, that walk that we had over here, I was extremely cold. So I'm giving these people all the credit in the world for showing up today.
Kid from North Carolina didn't know what to do in the blizzard out there.
I had no clue what to do. I was not a happy camper.
And Nebraska with the ball, they are 10-0. Ranked for the first time in 7 years. And Brendan, we've got the people in front of us standing until the visitors make their first basket. So we got to look around here, and Price Sanford takes care of that.
And listen, man, I'll tell you what, I'm very happy that they were able to knock that bucket down so I could actually start seeing the game. I couldn't see anything with all those fans standing up.
Illinois has won 8 out of 10 to start the season. Only losses to ranked teams, Alabama and UConn. They've also beaten a pair of ranked teams, Texas Tech and Tennessee. Wagler inside, 2 freshmen touch it, back out. Boswell, shot clock a concern now, down to 4. Boswell for 3. Whistle inside, and that's going to go against Nebraska.
And that's where the Illini will test you. They will test you on the glass. All their big men are athletic, they're physical. You're going to have to get a body on a body, or else it's going to be a long night. A long afternoon, I should say.
Foul called against Price Sanford. He had the early bucket couple of years at Iowa, his first season in the red and white at Nebraska. Mirkovic inside, tried to get it to Boswell, saves it up top to Ivasic.
And against this Nebraska defense, they're going to trap you on the baseline, so Illinois has to understand that when you drive that baseline, you have to be looking to be a willing passer.
There's that freshman, missed his first bucket. Rebound Sam Hoiberg. He's been a part of this the last 3 years, but easily having his best season in his senior campaign. Rinkmast, it all starts with big number 51. Missed all of last year with a knee injury. Averaging 18 points, had it blocked by Stojanovic.
But Stojakovic's defense has been improving, something that Coach Underwood is very impressed with, as we see him also on the offensive end driving to the basket. When we talk about Stojakovic and getting his offense going, Coach Underwood doesn't talk about shot selection. He talks about rebounding and defense, surprisingly, because he feels like if he does those 2 things, the offense will come naturally.
Keaton Wagler, the freshman, up with the rebound. Stojakovic with it now, had the bucket. He had 17 in Columbus earlier this week. Mirkovic.
That's Mirkovic's second time testing this Huskers defense on the baseline. The second time they trapped on the baseline. He's going to have to be aware of that moving forward.
Got 5 to shoot. Little bounce pass inside, and Boswell with the finish.
Great driving fine by Stojakovic. He's known for his driving ability and scoring. Right there, he drove and he looked to dish it off.
Jamarcus Lawrence, 2 years in Nebraska, 1 in Rhode Island. And Bryce Sanford has both buckets now, a 2 and a 3.
That's what Nebraska does. They want to move that ball, challenge your defense from side to side, and knock down those triples.
Wagler, Ivasic. Well, along with it, back to Mast, thinking about the 3 for Nebraska. They average 11 made per game. That is best in the Big Ten. They've got one so far. Sanford again. Short that time. Stojakovic with a rebound. Boswell back up top. Boswell from right here in Champaign.
They got a mismatch inside if they can find a big fella. He's got Hoiberg on him.
Let's stay right here with 12 to shoot. Big time mismatch inside. Bryce Sanford has looked awfully comfortable making the move from Iowa City to Lincoln.
Yes, he did. Yes, he has. And you see right here, he's going to replace as there's a roll, catches and shoot. No wasted motion as he tickles the knife.
Wagler, 3 to shoot. That spin move has worked this season. He's missed both of his first 2 shots. Lawrence, Sanford again, and he starts out hot.
And this was the emphasis today in shoot-around. They said they want to limit Nebraska's early shots. They're really good getting great shots within the first 6 seconds of the shot clock.
Brad Underwood said we got to limit their gold medal looks, their wide-open looks. Stojakovic off. And that was off of Hoiberg. It'll stay here with Illinois.
Nebraska right now on top, looking good, and Sanford looking good from 3, knocking it down.
We'll stay right here. Wagler, slow start to shooting after he had 23 points earlier this week in Columbus. Stojakovic back out to Ivasic. He wants to get close to the bucket. Mast with a board. Jamarcus Lawrence in a hurry. Buchtengel back to Mast. Sanford. He's got 3 of those already.
Oh, he's hotter than fish grease out here, Paul. He's cooking.
Nebraska on a 9-0 run. And Bryce Sanford with all 11 points.
If you're Illinois, you're going to have to figure out where that young man is. Show him a little bit of extra attention. We understand, you knew coming into the game that he could shoot, but right now he started out on an absolute heater.
Boswell pulls up. They have been off from 3. Hoiberg rebound. Huskers pushing the pace. Hoiberg had it pinned by Ivasic.
Wow. Access denied. That is a big-time block. That's how you guard your yard.
Get fouled this time against Hoiberg. Bryce Sanford is having himself an afternoon already, and the Huskers have an early lead. Bryce Sanford off to a heck of a start here today.
Yes, he is. He is catching, shooting, and he is not wasting any time. You see the quick release right there, stepping up right into the area. Then in transition, once again, the release is quick. He's high. He's holding it 37% from 3 on the season. That lets you know that he's absolutely a flamethrower, and he has not been bashful this afternoon.
He's been one of the best in the Big Ten so far in terms of 3-pointers per game, coming in averaging 3. He's already there. He's got all the points for Nebraska so far. And we talked about how the fit going from Iowa to Nebraska has looked really good on him so far. First time in his career averaging double figures.
And when you watch him, he just understands how to play. That first 3, he sees the big man roll, he gets right up into the replace area, and that's why the defender's a step late. In transition, he knows the lane to run to. It challenges the defense, stretches the defense as well. So I'm impressed with the shot making and also the basketball IQ.
On the other side, Illinois can't quite find it. They're only 2 out of 10 shooting so far.
And that's what we talked about in the open. We said Nebraska is elite at shooting 3s, and Nebraska is elite defensively, and so far both have been true.
Buchtengel, breakout shooting night earlier this week against Wisconsin. Spinning. Oh, threw up a prayer. Mast with a rebound.
One too many fakes by the big fella. So, hey, don't be afraid to kick that thing back out. Just because you got it in the paint doesn't mean you have to shoot it. But if that guy gets the ball, he should definitely shoot it. He's on fire.
It's Sanford 13 and Illinois 4 so far. And the Illini have missed their last 6 shots.
And they really haven't gotten many good shots either.
There's a good look.
And that's a good shot.
Zvonimir Ivisic with his first 2. What a luxury to bring 7 feet 2 off the bench.
I know. The brothers, Ivisic brothers out here just making a difference. But, man, that is definitely a luxury.
Started about half the games last year at Arkansas. It's his first year here in Champaign. Mass doesn't have a bucket yet. Sanford, another pull-up.
All right.
My goodness.
Listen, I've seen enough. We're gonna have to start. We might have to start sending a double. Okay. Off the pick and roll right now, they're giving him a little bit too much space. You might have to start double teaming that, or at least hard trapping when he comes off of those actions.
Inside, and it's back-to-back possessions. They get all the way to the bucket. That's on Mirkovic for 2. So Sanford's already at his average with 15.
But right now, it's the quality of shot. Illinois got a shot right there, but their shot looks a lot harder than the shots that Nebraska, or more importantly, Sanford is getting on defense.
They got Stojakovic face guarding him, but he gets to the hoop. There's a miss. Only his second one today. He was affected there at the rim. Been quite a week for Illinois. Win over Tennessee, win in Columbus to start their Big Ten season. Humrickhouse is checked in for the first time. Stuck in the corner. Ivisic back up to Wadley.
I tell you what, this Nebraska defense has been stifling. They're challenging Illinois all over the court.
Fast with the steal that time. Lawrence slows it down, but then goes in. Utengel off the glass.
Lawrence just totally made that play by being aggressive but not being out of control. Looked up and he had the big fella just rolling to his left.
So it's Nebraska, their highest ranking in over 10 years at 23, with the early advantage at 17 to 8.
Right now it's an offensive clinic for Nebraska, and on the flip side, defensively, they've been just as good.
Ivisic, quick passing, Humrickhouse. He's been off from distance, misses again. Stojakovic board. Ivisic, Mirkovic. And it blocked by Utengel.
Mirkovic took just a little bit too much time in there. Didn't realize he was wide open right away. That extra second, the Nebraska defender made him pay.
Lawrence, 3 more.
We talked about Nebraska's calling card being the three-point shot. They have not disappointed. It is 3 after 3. And Coach Underwood has seen enough. He needs timeout. DeMarcus Lawrence, 3-ball, corner pocket. Nebraska up 20 to 8 as we go into break.
Big Ten basketball is brought to you by Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference. And by Farmers Insurance. Get a quote at farmers.com. At the break, Illinois head football coach Brett Bielema, his wife Jen, daughters Briella and Brexley. At half court, getting the crowd excited for their next game. Another bowl season for Brett Bielema as he continues to turn this season around. There's his quarterback, Luke Altmaier. They'll play Tennessee in Nashville in the Music City Bowl. A little bit of football energy in the break, and back now to basketball thoughts in Champaign. The Illini are 0 for 6 shooting threes. Meanwhile, Nebraska's made 4 out of 6.
Well, that's been the story of the game so far. One team has not been able to get it going from behind the stripe. As we see the and one by Big Z inside.
Zvonimir Ivisic, his second basket.
Yeah, and I like the execution coming right out of the timeout. Quick pick and roll action. Found Ivisic rolling down the lane for the easy finish.
Foul against Jamarcus Lawrence from Nebraska. Ivisic, shot blocker, rebounder, and now has 5 points. He has been the one offensive boost Brad Underwood has had so far.
Yeah, and I really like his game. Like you said, shot blocker, rebounder, able to knock down threes. He does a little bit of everything. A lot of versatility to that young man's game.
So Bryce Sanford in his 15 points getting a little bit of a rest right now. Rink Mast hasn't hit a bucket yet. It's almost like he heard me say that.
Yes, indeed. And Coach Underwood's going to be a little bit upset because Ivisic right there went for the steal and it led to a direct 2 on the other end.
You got one team making over half of their shots, and that's Nebraska, and the other struggling to get anything to go in outside of the paint.
And again, when you go for that steal, you better get it, because if not, you'll be compromised on the backside.
Jake Davis in the game for the first time. Zvonimir. And the rebound, another one in the game for the first time. Jared Garcia with the rebound. Back up to Lawrence, playing so well here after that one season at Rhode Island. Mast gets a step. Little jump hook. Nice job by Humrickhouse preventing him from getting to the board.
Great defense by Humrickhouse right there. Moved his feet well, played without fouling also.
Kylan Boswell, game number 117 for the senior. His second season at Illinois. Davis, Humrickhouse. Ivasic. Oh, he missed the dunk.
Missed the slam. Come on, big fella. Got to throw that down.
As a guy who's 6'11", did that ever happen to you?
That did happen to me only a couple times in my career. And trust me, it's very embarrassing when it happens. But big fella had me ready to come out of my seat, and he just teased me right there. Didn't finish the playoff.
Garcia missed. Boswell rebound. And really, Wagler or Boswell can play point guard here for Brad Underwood. They prefer it to be Wagler, but they're quite comfortable with Boswell running the show, too.
Well, that's what makes the Illini so dangerous, and why I think they'll be a really strong team come March, is that they have multiple ball handlers. We talk about Wagler, Boswell, and Stojakovic.
The whistle, that spin move has worked so well for Wagler this season.
You see right here, big fella understands the mismatch. Oh, just couldn't quite get the jam.
Checking in for the Illini, Sam Hoiberg.
At 7 foot plus, you don't expect that. A little smile on his face. I'm sure he's heard about it a couple of times on the bench already.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of those ones that if you win the game, the guys on the team have a little bit of fun with.
So right now, Nebraska coming in ranked number 23, unbeaten, doubling up on Illinois, 22-11. Ball taken away by Buchtenjo.
Again, Nebraska defense on display.
Hoiberg back to Jacobson. Kale in the game for the first time here. Frager, freshman, the redshirt freshman out of Lincoln. Berke Buchtenjo. Back to Frager, not shy about shooting. Shot clock down to 3. Jacobson, got to get this one off. And a rebound to Davis.
That was an excellent possession defensively for the Illini. They were challenging everything. That ball was moving side to side, and they were not giving an inch. They're going to need a couple more possessions like that if they're going to cut down this double-digit lead.
Fred Hoiberg concerned about the rebounding game last night when I talked to him. Right now, it's dead even. Ivasic left open. Boy, they are struggling from distance. Davis with the rebound. Back to Boswell. He knocks down a 3.
There you go. They were struggling from 3, but this time they got a really, really quality look. Boswell wide open for the 3 in the corner.
See if that can get them started right now. They are 1 for 9. See how long they keep Bryce Sanford on the bench. Garcia, 5 to shoot. Frager wide open. Not close. Mirkovic rebound. The freshman pushing it up the court. And Buchtenjo.
Oh, wow.
He thought he called timeout.
I think he did.
Yes, he did.
Going to give it to him.
Timeout.
He's a little excited.
Yeah, very, to say the least. Right here, let's see, does he get the timeout? Can't really see it, but
All right, fans, it's time for the
which coach did he take out right there?
Inside 8 minutes until halftime, the Huskers lead by 8. Biggest difference so far here in Champaign is the three-point shooting. Nebraska doing very well there. And actually, Illinois just 1 out of 9 from distance. And the defense for Fred Hoiberg, as the Huskers are unbeaten, ranked number 23, has been such a big deal for them this past week. They just held Creighton and Wisconsin to their season lows in victories this past week. Defense off to a good start here today.
Well, there's several key things that they do. First and foremost, they hustle, they're scrappy, and they get after you, and they continuously try to chase you off that three-point line and get you off of those good shots. The second thing that they do is on the baseline, it is almost an automatic kill zone over there. If you drive that baseline, it's going to be a trap, and they're very good at getting turnovers and forcing tough shots on the weak side out of it. taking away a team's baseline action is huge, and that's something that Nebraska does that makes them truly unique from a defensive standpoint. Most teams don't trap the baseline that aggressively.
Bryce Sanford is checked back in. He has 15 points with the ball now. Give him 17.
Listen, we know he's been hot from three. But right there, that's his easiest shot of the day, just a walk-in layup. Somebody on the weak side absolutely fell asleep for the Fighting Illini.
Jake Davis lets it fly. He's long. Jacobson rebound. Sanford was over 60% shooting field goals the last couple of games, both wins last week, and he is off to an incredible start here today with 17 already.
This action by Nebraska is just so good when you watch the offense. The ball doesn't stick. It moves side to side.
He's got 20.
Stop. Stop. Listen, at this point, you got to call the law. You got to find a way to get the ball out of that guy's hands. He cannot have the opportunity to get a shot up right now because he is just too hot.
Having one of those kind of games that you dream about, it's his reality. He's made 8 out of 10. Mirkovic responds.
That's great work by Mirkovic on the weak side. A really quick weak side duck in. He carved out that space and finished with the left hand. I like big fellas playing big. No way. Yes way. Yes way. Have yourself a ball game.
All right, he's got 23.
Bryce Sanford having himself one of those special ball games today.
Already with 5 triples. Foul called against Hoiberg. That's his second. You blink and you're going to miss a 3 from Sanford. He's just hit a couple.
Now you see right here on the drive, baseline drive, corner drift. He's exactly where he's supposed to be. Catches it and lets it fly. And then he just comes off the screen. Nobody home on the weak side, which can happen when a guy is that hot. That's obviously a miscommunication, which led to another 3.
Leads the team in minutes played. I doubt they're going to challenge that here today. Mirkovic fouled by Frager on the way to the basket.
Foul on the court, Huskers, number 5, Braden Frager.
And that's his first.
Team 6.
Illinois has a couple of freshmen playing well, and Frager is a redshirt freshman. Also is included top scorers in the Big Ten for freshmen. One of 3 averaging double figures here for the Huskers. Stojakovic guarded by Sanford. Now he's double teamed. Still found his way to the bucket.
That's what he does. He gave him slippery. He's able to get downhill with a half-court or in transition.
Now here's the story. Who do they put on Sanford?
Stojakovic on him right now.
Kylan Boswell tracking him as they switched inside. And the foul call before that was blocked by Ivisic. Buchtengel thinks he should shoot 2.
Foul on Illinois, number 13.
Tommy Ivisic with the foul.
Team's first.
Yeah, it's hit first one against Ivisic.
Buchtengel at the line, shooting 2.
Buchtengel, the leading rebounder on the team, but it made only 2 out of 23 pointers before their last game. They would really like to see him heat up shooting the ball. Here's what's coming up. College basketball on Peacock. East Lansing, Toledo, and the Spartans. Michigan State barely won against Penn State here.
Still counts.
Earlier today, still counts as a W, exactly. And the rest of what we have coming up, we'll see UConn against Butler. All that on Tuesday. Buchtengel short on that one. Mirkovic rebound. And on the strength of their shooting and Bryce Sanford, it's Nebraska. Sprinted out to the early lead, coming to Champaign unbeaten.
And right now they're sprinting out into a little bit of a 1-3-1 zone look, trying to confuse the Illini. Just give them a different wrinkle, throw them off a little bit.
Not very often they get out of their man-to-man. Keaton Wagler knocks it down.
They keep giving them shots like that, they'll be right back in man-to-man. Now I want to see, is Stojakovic going to go guard Sanford? Because that was a key adjustment that was made in the last game, because Bruce Thornton for Ohio State was cooking the Illini in the first half. They put Stojakovic on in the second half, and he did not do nearly as well.
Buchtengel up top to Mast. That's his first 3.
As the threes just continue to fall, that has been the story of the first half. Nebraska has absolutely not been able to miss from 3. They've been on fire.
Made 7 out of 11. Mirkovic almost with the 3. Stojakovic That's not his strength.
That's not really his shot. He only shoots about 27% from three. He's more of a driver and penetrator than he is a shooter.
Yeah, making over half of his field goals, and that's why.
That's what he does. That's his calling card. That's his gift. You see the name Stojakovic, and you think of his father, you think he's going to be shooting 45% from three, but his game is actually the exact opposite. He's a big-time driver, and right here he puts that on display and one, going to the free throw line to pay it off for three, possibly.
First against Buchtengel. Talking to Brad Underwood about Stojakovic and his one-on-one game and how you have the system and structure, but let him be him. Made comparisons to when he had Terrence Shannon here and said it's very similar to what we allowed him to do.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. He said they didn't call a lot of plays for Terrence Shannon. He said they just allowed him to drive the closeouts in certain areas, and they're doing the same thing for Stojakovic, just putting him in position to drive and take advantage of the defense when he can.
Lawrence gets the paint. 26 points for Sanford already.
Are you serious? Paul.
That's what it says.
Paul, are you serious?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Having a half like nobody's had in the Big Ten so far this season.
This is hot. There's hot, and then there's a different level of hot.
Made 6 out of 7 threes.
At this point, you might have to compromise your defense a little bit as the freshman knocks down a triple. But when we talk about Sanford, with having 26 points, 10 of 12 from the field, 6 of 7 from three, you might have to change your defense up a little bit and not come up off of his body.
So Mast misses just before that. Keaton Wagler hit a three to cut it to a 10-point deficit. Boswell spinning. 2 shots coming.
Follow the Cornhuskers, number 10, Jamarcus Lawrence.
Nebraska up 10 right now, and a big reason for that is Bryce Sanford. As he knocks down the triple, he's having himself a ball game.
Oh, Bryce Sanford has been just amazing. Career high at 28. We're still in the first half. He's got 26 points. He's made 6 out of 7 threes. Talked to Fred Hoiberg about him. You know, he went to Iowa for his first couple of seasons. He said, we liked him out of high school. We were excited he went into the portal. And there's a real connection between Fred Hoiberg and Bryce Sanford. 1991, Fred Hoiberg was Mr. Basketball in the state of Iowa, Ames High School. Bryce Sanford, Mr. Basketball, 32 years later from near Des Moines. So the connection there and the real happiness of Hoiberg that he makes the move from being a Hawkeye to being a Cornhusker. And we'll see how far this thing goes here today.
This is paying off today. I tell you, you said his career high is what, 28?
28.
I'm going to bet the over on that.
He's one trip down the court from bettering that.
And like I said, when you have somebody that can shoot the ball, but then they start having one of those special games, you kind of have to adjust the coverage defensively. You might have to compromise some of your rotations and say, hey, we're not coming off of this guy's body. When I played at Carolina, shooters were called asterisks. The guys that could really shoot. But sometimes guys would get really hot and they were double asterisks. So when the guy's a double asterisk, we wouldn't come off their body. The rotations will be different because we're saying, hey, we have to take this guy out of the game for what he's doing right now.
Foul called against Kylan Boswell. That's his first. You know, Boswell was unhappy last year that he was not the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. It's been a real goal of his this season. And no surprise, they've got him on Sanford. Let's see if he can slow him down.
See him right there on the catch.
Tried to get it to Mast, bounced it off his leg. We come back here to Illinois.
And that's what you have to do if you're Boswell. Make him do something else besides shoot. If he beats you to the basket and gets a layup or drops a dime, that's fine. But right now you have to run him off the three-point line because he's 6 for 7 and he's just flat out killing you out there.
Okay, meanwhile, we've got Illinois. They were down 13 a moment ago. A couple of buckets later, one of them a three from Wagler. They're just down 8 and with the ball now.
Got to get a quality possession right here.
Ivicic looking for Stojakovic, gets it to him. Up, not in. Rebound, Braden Frager. Mast has 1 3, averaging 18 points this season. Buchtengel wants to get it inside to him.
Big action.
Back to Buchtengel, bad angle. Stojakovic more.
He just got caught too far into the basket right there. Probably should have took his time a little bit more. There's an excellent charge defensively.
A little out of control. Foul called against Stojakovic.
See the drive, and that's perfect right there. Sometimes when you have a driver like that, you have to guess which way they're going to go. And Jacobson definitely guessed right on that instance.
Nebraska winning the turnover game so far. They've only turned it over once. Illinois with 4.
He's wide open. He's wide open.
That was short from the get-go.
He faked Boswell out of his shoes on the baseline. Boswell went the wrong way, and Sanford was wide open in the corner.
Still has Boswell on. Good matchup here for Mast against Wagler. Oh, a swat from behind by Ivisic.
That's great work by the big fella. He understands that the freshman Wagler was in a mismatch disadvantage. He crossed that midline, came over there for the block.
Boswell, Stojakovic. It's a good look. And foul called against Sanford. That's his second.
And this is what you have to do when you're a big fella. Don't just stay in one area. Come down there. You see the mismatch. Get active. Get into play. That's a big time block by Ivisic.
So Sanford with the 26 points, 2 fouls. Do they leave him in the game? No, they don't. Garcia comes in. Sanford will sit, likely for the final 145 of this half.
And that's a smart decision. You understand that he's been your offense in the first half. There's a minute 43 left. Up 8 on the road. Don't risk him picking up his third.
So Illinois has had a nice little comeback here in the latter parts of this first half. Mirkovic in and out. Gets his own rebound. Illinois made 29 out of 32 in Columbus earlier this week. They're over 90%. Mirkovic. Stojakovic.
The lineout will challenge you on the glass these last couple possessions. Nebraska giving up offensive rebounds.
Boswell gets the foul, and they'll shoot 2. They shoot 3.
Yes. Heavy play by Boswell.
Buchtengel's second foul, and 3 foul shots coming for the senior from Champaign. Boswell, all kinds of experience. 80th start here. They're taking a look here to see
This official review
if he does indeed get 3 free throws. See where his foot is.
Because taking a closer look can change the whole game.
It looked like he was clearly behind the 3-point line, but I might need to get one more look at that right foot.
Leads to breakthroughs and make a difference. LAS, where curiosity drives impact. Kylan Boswell will be at the line for the Illini, shooting 3.
Yep, you were correct. Didn't take long to figure that one out. (37-30). 2 more coming. On the rise, Juju Watkins takes you inside the sophomore season of one of college basketball's brightest stars as she navigates the highs and the unexpected lows that redefine her journey. Streaming now on Peacock. Boswell has 1 more, hits the first 2. Nebraska has been the lead story so far, coming in here unbeaten. Surprisingly ranked to many people at number 23, highest in the last 7 years. But Illinois is getting a little bit of a comeback here at the end of this half.
If you're Illinois, you can't be mad at where you're at. Right?
And they got it back.
Yeah, like I said, if you're Illinois, you're looking at you have 118 left, only down 6. Have a chance to cut into that a little bit more.
Davis. 3.
Just what we talked about. 3-point ball game. You're at home. You haven't played well. Sanford has been absolutely on fire, and you're only down 3.
Illinois on a 10-0 run. Mast. In and out. Frager.
That's a jump ball.
Possession arrow back to Illinois.
Great tie-up by the freshman. And you see right there, ball touches the paint. Boswell, 1 quick pass. Wagler, another one. And you get the 3 in the corner. But it all started with that ball touching the paint. That's what you have to do against this Nebraska defense. The ball has to touch the paint first and then get sprayed around the perimeter. You'll get quality looks that way.
Basically got 5 points in that last possession on that 10-0 run. 3 would tie it. Wagler, Boswell got a step.
And there's that baseline trap. There's nothing good for you on that baseline against the Cornhuskers.
In and out, Davis rebound. Mirkovic to Boswell.
Great pass.
Tie game!
Great pass. That's the definition of passing up a good shot to get a great shot. And we got ourselves a ball game headed into halftime.
Jacobson. What a finish for Brad Underwood's Illini. 13-0 run before the half. First in-conference game in the country so far between ranked opponents, and we are all tied at halftime. That's how it finished. Nebraska 37, Illinois 37. Oh, we got one. Number 13 against number 23 in Champaign through one half has lived up to it, all tied as we get ready for the second half. Welcome back courtside. Paul Burmeister alongside Brendan Haywood. The individual headline in this game, you don't have to think too long. His name is Bryce Sanford.
Listen, Sanford has been absolutely on fire right from the jump. Whether he's been relocating to the corner, top of the key, he has been finding the open spots in his defense, knocking down 3 after 3. He has been absolutely a difference maker from behind the three-point arc. And we talk about a guy that's 6-8 from 3, 10 of 13 from the field overall.
26 points. However, Brad Underwood found a way to make the back half, or really the last 5 minutes of that first half, his.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. You started seeing some drive and kicks. You started seeing some drives and drives just for and one, some threes of their own from the Illini, also getting on the offensive glass. But the best thing I saw was the quality of shot was a little bit better down the stretch for Illinois. That is what they have to focus on. The shots they got the last 5 minutes were way different than the shots they got the rest of the half. They need to figure out what was so different those last 5.
You see some of the highlights there that define the first half. Bottom line, it was 30-16 Nebraska, a little over 6 minutes left. But then Illinois scored the final 13 points of the first half, and here we are, all tied at 37.
Well, Illinois has been here before with a guard going off on them. Their last game against Ohio State, Bruce Thornton had, I think, 26 at halftime, and they made the adjustment. So let's see what happens in this half and what they do against Sanford.
Mass turned it over, and Wagler will have a chance to begin the second half the way the Illini ended the first, and that's with a bucket. Boswell with it, the only Illini player in double figures so far. Ivisic inside to Mirkovic, still going to work. Quick passing. Stojakovic with a step. Almost had his own rebound. It'll stay here with Illinois.
Right here, Stojakovic drives. Gets the offensive rebound almost, and still ends up being Illinois possession.
Illinois starting to separate a little bit in the rebounding game, +9 in the first half. Stojakovic short.
That's good defense. You don't go for any of his fakes. He doesn't really want to shoot that shot. He wants to drive to the basket.
Hoiberg left open. Kicks it back out. Lawrence, little floater. First bucket of the second half.
That was excellent by Lawrence. Lawrence known as being a three-point shooter. He understands the defense wants to run him off the line. Drove the lane and got right to the floor.
Wagler, double team. That's what Nebraska does in the baseline. Don't want to let you get there or to the lane.
They shut that baseline down quite quickly. You have to drive that baseline to be a passer, not a scorer.
They kind of invite you to take the early three in the possession. 3 seconds to shoot. Wagler. And a rebound, Buchtengel with one arm. So Nebraska gets the first bucket, have a chance to get the first 2. Will it be a 3?
Oh, wedgie.
And a guy with 26 points, hits it between the rim and the backboard.
He kind of rushed that one. He wanted to get the feel, see if he was still hot. Got it up really, really quickly, and it just didn't work out well for him. Probably the only thing he hasn't done well this afternoon.
He's still 6 out of 9 shooting 3. You were at the game Tuesday night in Columbus. It was close a lot of the way, but Illinois just looked to be very comfortable in that spot in the second half and eventually separating there at the end.
Yeah, Wagner made a lot of plays down the stretch of that ball game, and they found a way to curtail Bruce Thornton offensively. So we'll see if the same thing will happen in the second half of this game.
Mirkovic wants to get that shot off. Uchtengel, good hustle. And here comes Lawrence. Does not have numbers, but he got there anyway, and he'll shoot two.
He didn't have numbers, but he saw that he had the advantage. Going downhill, turning the freshman side to side, he was going to keep applying pressure on that drive. See right here, turns Wagler around a little bit, and Wagler forced to reach in on the foul.
That's Wagler's first.
Jamarcus Lawrence
So Jamarcus Lawrence was a big part of the success here a couple of years ago, but really saw the writing on the wall with Bryce Williams. Excellent score for the Huskers. The offense was going to go through him. Lawrence hits the first. He wanted to play point guard. He wanted to have the overall, so he went to Rhode Island for 1 year, started over 30 games, had a nice season, but wanted to come back. The door was left open, and he looks better now than he did 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's just growing and maturing as a basketball player. Went to Rhode Island, got a chance, got some more experience playing that point guard position. Came back to Nebraska, and he's doing quite well this season.
As Nebraska on top by 4 here to start the second half, had the lead to as many as 14 there in the first half. Wagler's been much more quiet today after 23 in Columbus. Spins in, finds Boswell. That was pretty.
Wagler with an excellent drive right there. When he drives in there, he's always looking for that spin move, whether it's a spin to shoot or to spin to pass. Right there, he found Boswell underneath the basket by himself.
Boswell now with 14 points, lead to 2 for Nebraska. Sanford, nice spin. He's got 28.
Not just a shooter, a lot of wrinkles to this kid's game. And that's what you have to do when you, as you see Wagler tee up the 3 and knock down that triple.
Well, that one just looked good from the start.
Yeah, as soon as he caught the ball, it looked good. The catch, the release, everything, the follow through.
He's got 9 points. All of them coming from buckets beyond the arc. Lawrence has 6 points in this second half.
Like I said, this Nebraska offense will test you. They're going to move the ball side to side. They're going to cut. That ball's not going to stay in just one area.
Hoiberg almost had the steal. Boswell, pull up 3. That's good.
I like that shot right there. Came off the screen, was very decisive. Big fella was just a little step late. Boswell didn't hesitate at all. Let it fly.
Lawrence, well, he's having himself a half already.
And Boswell was a little upset. There was a mix-up in communication. I think he thought that was going to be a switch. Lawrence drove away from Boswell, and I couldn't see who the other defender was, but he left Lawrence all by himself.
Boswell already was 17. They played ranked opponents 4 times this year, and he's averaging over 20 points in those games. Wagler, no foul, no bucket, rebound missed.
Nebraska got to run. They got numbers.
Uchtengel, Hoiberg. He's got 3.
That's what you got to do. When you got numbers, you got to push that tempo, make the team pay. Either you get a layup or you get a 3. But when you got numbers, you have to make sure that you use them to your advantage.
And Nebraska offensively much better to start this second half than they were to end that first.
Yeah, Nebraska's really playing well. Everybody's getting a chance to touch the ball. The ball's moving from side to side. It's really hard to guard teams that play like that. When that ball sticks and it's one man and it's ISO or just top the key basketball, that's easy to guard, as we see.
Bang one on the baseline. Ivisic to Davis. He'll have a chance to make it 3.
The basket counts. Following the Cornhuskers, number 1.
We have a 3-point game in Champaign. Hoiberg for the triple.
Big Ten basketball is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. Get a quote at farmers.com. Well, number 13 against number 23 here in Champaign. Just a little reprieve for all the students here in the student section. Finals week begins in 2 days, so they're happy to have a little break, come inside and watch a top 25 matchup that has lived up to the billing. It's been a fun one from the start. Right now, Nebraska on top by 3. And speaking of 3, Sam Hoiberg just hit a 3, but he's also the first player in the game to 3 personal fouls. Fred Hoiberg likes to have him on the court whenever possible, and he'll stay out there with those 3.
Yeah, Coach Hoiberg trusts him. He understands that this young man knows how to play with fouls, and he also understands the importance of him to his team being a floor general.
Shooting 1.
So we just saw Ivisic feed Davis inside, made the bucket, was fouled. He'll have a chance to make it a 3-point play.
I'll tell you what, coming out of this timeout, if I'm Nebraska.
Foul called against Davis there as he went for his own rebound.
Coming out of this break, if I'm Nebraska, let's see what Coach Hoiberg is. Offensively, you understand they're going to overreact to Sanford. Let's see if they put him in a little baseline screen action and see if he can get a slip somewhere. A lot of times the guy screening for the guy that's hot can sometimes get a wide open layup.
Lawrence has been their best scorer in the second half so far with 8 points. Sanford trying to get a shot off. Buchtengel. Way long Humrick House rebound.
He shoots about 18% from 3. I see why.
Wagler's got 3 threes so far. Another one would tie it here. Having a hard time getting the ball off there. Buchtengel picks it up. Possession arrow pointing.
Nebraska.
Well, Nebraska called the timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Nebraska leads by 3. Sunday night, good one coming up in the NFC. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys host Justin Jefferson and the Vikings. Sunday, 7 o'clock Eastern on NBC and Peacock.
I'll be watching that one.
Who won't be?
Oh, yeah, right? Sure, definitely. Hey, I need Dak Prescott to do well for my fake football team.
Otherwise known as your fantasy team, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
All right, all eyes right now on Rink Mast. One of the side stories here is we see how the second half plays out. 3-point lead right now for Nebraska. Mast is their leading scorer at 18 points per game, but as you can see, only 5 right now. If they're going to stay out front, it's easy to picture a world where he needs to have more than 5 points.
Definitely, and I think in the first half, Sanford got off to such a hot start that they went away from Mast. Look for them to reestablish him inside in the second half, especially as we get a little bit deeper into this ballgame. They're going to need this young man.
Hoiberg back to Jamarcus Lawrence. He joins Sanford in double figures. Braden Frager, who also averages double figures, has yet to score. Sanford, wrap around, and there's Mast.
Great pass. Sanford with the excellent basketball IQ play right there. He curled that screen very tightly, saw that the defense was going to overreact to him, dropped it off for Mast to get an easy bucket inside.
And a guy with 28 with a sweet dish there to push that lead up to 5.
And that's basketball IQ. A lot of times when you see a guy that has 28 points, he starts taking wild shots and takes his team out of the offense. Sanford understanding they're going to overreact to what I do. I'm gonna find my guys in the second half.
Boswell short, Ivisic back to Boswell. Wisely pulls it back out.
Wisely got away from that baseline. There's nothing good on the baseline against Nebraska.
That's where they want you. Spin move, Wagler, that put him home.
That is excellent. That's how you use your size. This young man, 6'6". He loves that spin move, and right there, he just bumped the defender right off of him.
Wagler now in double figures with 11 points. Sanford, pretty finger roll, and he's got 30.
His movement is just amazing to me. Like when you watch, yeah, he has 30 points, but it hasn't been a lot of dribble. It's been cuts, understanding curling, popping, understanding where to be in relation to your other teammates. It's been a very fun game to watch.
Oh!
That was a very fun play right there.
Big Z stuffs it home.
Big Z serving up the big facial.
We're taking a look here, but we have an official.
Boswell throws it up top. Big Z throws it down. Oh, we get a technical?
Technical foul.
Oh, we go, yes.
Number 44 is Vladimir Ivisic. That's his first.
I guarantee you the ref that called that tech never dunked on nobody. Because when you dunk on somebody, it's that initial emotion that, you got to let that out. You don't want to take that out of the game. As long as he didn't curse or say anything disrespectful, you got to let that ride.
So the technical against Vladimir Ivicic, and now 2 free throws made by Sanford.
Tomislav Ivicic checking in
If
for
you
the
make a
Illini.
big play like that, you know, you gotta let the young fella show their emotion.
So he'll take a seat. He could bring up good points there. That didn't seem too over the top right there.
Now, I don't know what was said, but you know,
Andre
when you dunk on somebody, you gotta at least look at him a little bit, just a little bit. Paul, you ever dunked on somebody?
Twice.
You did?
Twice for real.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe it. You told me coming over you were an athlete. Listen, I was quite impressed with your resume.
I know you expected a no on that question. I was happy to answer with a yes. 2 dunks in high school. Rick Bass. Well, he's got 5 points here. Right after we said he only had 5, he gets a quick 5. He's now got 10.
You know, he's their leading scorer, so you knew eventually the ball was going to find him.
Lead up to 8. Vogler in and out. Hoiberg rebound. Nebraska's done a nice job of establishing themselves here early in the second half after we were tied at halftime. Ball poked away by Boswell.
That says Boswell. He needs to go inside right now.
Sanford kicks it out. Sanford open.
Can't be back out.
Nast up and in.
I thought it was a little bit. I thought that was the and one. It looked like Wagler was sliding underneath him as he went for that offensive rebound.
Boswell aggressive. He'll go to the line for 2.
Foul on the Cornhuskers, number 5,
Rick Bass with a quick 7 points. Big reason why Nebraska now leads by 10.
Don't miss out as you're fighting a line average.
Take a look now at the net rankings. These are updated daily. They have to do with record and strength of schedule. You can see how good the 2 teams we have here in Champaign. Illinois coming in at 12, Nebraska at 14. I think a lot of curiosity around the Big Ten and really nationally about Nebraska being this high. They were picked to finish in the bottom half of the Big Ten preseason. Right. People saying, okay, let's see what you got in Champaign. Hey, they're up by 10 right now.
Nebraska is a team that is definitely for real, and they're going to be very hard to guard. First, I mean, they're going to be a very tough out simply because they're hard to guard because offensively they move the ball. They have 4 to 5 guys that shoot over 37% from 3, so they stretch your defense out, and everybody plays unselfishly. Oh, and let's not forget, they're one of the better defensive teams in the league. When you can shoot at that rate and you can also defend, you're going to be a team that's going to be possibly be a team that can make a run come March.
Just held Creighton and Wisconsin well under their average within the last week. Boswell makes 1 out of 2 to bring it back to a single-digit deficit at 9.
And I keep talking about their defense on the baseline simply because that's so unique. You don't see teams that aggressively on the baseline. That's something that's going to help them in the tournament as well because most teams won't be accustomed to seeing that type of pressure on the baseline.
Free throw ended a 7-0 run. Now a turnover back to Boswell. Stojakovic, one of their best scorers, has been quiet here so far in the second half. Whistle. A foul called against Nebraska.
That's our mask. On the screen right there, I don't think he let go of the screen. I think he just grabbed it.
It does go against Rink Mast, and that is just his first.
And right there, he didn't let go of Ivicic. Can't be in 2 places at one time. If you're going to be up on the ball, you got to let the big fella roam.
Stojakovic spin and the bucket.
He is so impressive as a driver. So impressive.
Well, he and Wagler so often use that spin into the lane and then elevate for 2. Now the lead is 7.
And now we're going to see the Illini run a little bit of his own.
Lawrence already with 8 in the second half. Rebound Stojakovic. Illini on a little bit of a run here. Crossover. Foul called against Bryce Sanford. Significant since he has 32 points, and that's his 3rd foul. Let's see if there's any action on the Nebraska bench.
Now, if you're Sanford, you have to play smart. Over the next 3 to 4 minutes, you cannot afford to pick up the foul.
He stays in the game. Stojakovic, another spin and another basket.
That's what he does. He just takes baskets with his driving ability. The spin moves, the footwork, everything is exquisite. Top of the line.
And that lead that was 10 is now cut in half to 5. Mast, well, he was open there.
Yes.
Got closer. Rebound Davis.
Anytime you pass up that first really good shot, it seems like you never get a good look again on that same possession. Mass passed up that open look in the middle of the zone.
Stojakovic brought down on the way to the basket. Foul called against Jacobson. First one against Jacobson.
And we talk about Stojakovic's ability to drive right here, surveying the defender, quick spin move, and then he's right at the basket. And the move is so quick that the weak side defender couldn't even get there. Gotta love what Stojakovic is doing in the paint. He's an absolute problem.
Remember watching him in the ACC tournament last year. He played for Cal. He had 37 one of those games. A lot of moves just like that.
Yeah, and it's because he's such a strong driver.
Got Buchtengel on him right now. Takes him to the basket. And he'll shoot two.
Right now he's taking over this ball game. Very unique game.
That's the third against Buchtengel. Hoiberg for Nebraska also has 3.
Andrei Stojakovic at the line for Illinois, shooting 2.
Stojakovic now has 12. Tonight, don't miss an all-new Saturday Night Live with host Josh O'Connor and musical guest Lily Allen. All-new SNL tonight. Watch it live coast to coast on NBC and Peacock. Stojakovic hits them both. Got the last 6 points for Illinois.
Illinois stays in this zone. Let's see, what will the adjustment be? Against the zone, there's 3 things you really want to do. As we see Mass right there with a good pass. There's 3 things you want to do against the zone. You want to penetrate the zone, get the ball in the middle of the zone. You want to screen the zone. Nebraska right there got the ball in the middle. Good things happen.
Mass to Hoiberg to push the Husker lead back up to 5. Boswell, Davis. Got a push on Mass. That'll be his second. And that's now 7 fouls against Nebraska.
Good job by Illionis doing his dirty work early. When that shot was going up, he was already carving out that space underneath the basket. See, right there, Mass is dead right there. Because Big Fella got big, he got wide. He said, this is my area, this is my domain, and he made sure Mass had to foul him to prevent an offensive rebound from happening.
So for the rest of the game now, Illinois will be shooting free throws. Ivasic missed one.
That's Davis going to be over the back.
Yeah, foul called against Davis back here to Nebraska, but Illinois is the second best free throw shooting team in the Big Ten. 2 fouls now against Davis.
They pretty much won the game against Ohio State the other night at the free throw line. They went to the free throw line over 30 times.
And made 29 out of 32, easily over 90%. Today, just 9 out of 14. Mast, little pull-up, got his own board, and a fresh 20. Hoiberg had their last basket left open. Scrambles to get it back. Jacobson. Shot clock down to 4. Mast hits the 3.
I mean, the Illini did everything right on that defensive possession, and just Mass just knocking down a tough 3-pointer. That's just disheartening. That'll take the wind right out of your sails.
Boswell secured his route to get it back out to Stojakovic.
Ooh.
Oh, he split it!
Wow.
Got through that double team for the easy layup.
Yes, indeed. A little bit of trickery with the ball handling right there.
Well, since we showed that Mast only had 5 points a few minutes ago, he scored 10.
The last couple of minutes has pretty much just been Mass versus Stojakovic.
Sanford been pretty quiet in the second half. And Mass just threw that one away.
Out of bounds, Illinois basketball, ILL.
Only the 5th turnover against Nebraska.
Ben Humberhouse checking in for the Illini. Jamarcus Lawrence.
Humberhouse checks in for the Illini. Sanford checks out for Nebraska.
Along with Jared Garcia.
Jared Garcia comes in for him. Mast also goes out.
Also entering for Illinois, Vladimir Ivasic.
Stojakovic has gone to the bench. We'll see how long he stays there. He's been really the one to get this offense going here in this half.
Yeah, he's really found his stride. It's been a lot of ISO action, a lot of driving against closeouts, and he's pretty much made this Nebraska defense pay anytime he's been in a one-on-one situation.
Boswell. Wagler, Davis three. Humrickhouse with the glass. Well, he's had a hard time finding his shot, but Brad Underwood has praised Humrickhouse for how he's affected the game defensively and with his rebounding.
He said even though he doesn't score, he's still one of the most important players. And that guy's definitely an important player.
Keaton Wagler with a chance for the and one.
Keaton Wagler with the quick spin and one for the freshman. We'll be back after this, see if he can knock down the free throw.
Big Ten basketball is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Snowstorm outside here in Champaign, close to 15,000 inside. Number 13 Illinois playing host to number 23 Nebraska. It has been a great one from the start. Nebraska leading by 4 right now. They led by as many as 14 in the first half. We were tied at halftime. They led by 10 in the second half. But Illinois coming back now. You see Keaton Wagler, career high 7 assists. He'll have a chance for a three-point play here that would make it a three-point game.
Keaton Wagler at the line for the Illini, shooting 1.
You bring up the 7 assists, and that's super important for a freshman. You know what I love?
What's that?
Only 1 turnover.
Incredible. He's got 3 in the last 3 games. Three-point play.
Say that again for people. How many assists, how many turnovers does he have in the last 3 games?
3 for the primary ball handler as well.
That's huge. Your primary ball handler is valuing the ball like that, especially as a freshman. You can't put a price on it. You can't put a price tag on that for a coaching staff.
17 assists, 3 turnovers the last 3 games for the freshman. Sanford right back to Garcia. Boy, that pump fake got it done.
Nice patience by Garcia right there. Sometimes when you have somebody 7-2 coming at you, you can get a little bit flustered, but he pump fake, got big, fell in the air, and went ahead and finished.
Nebraska offensively has had pretty good poise this half for all the punches they're taking from the Illini. Boswell, short on the 3, comes back here to the Huskers.
Yeah, Nebraska definitely has done a good job. Every time the Illini get right there, it just seems like Nebraska has an answer, whether that's a 3, whether that's Mans getting some points. Somebody has always stepped up. They've not been rattled.
Davis checks out of the game here, and Fred Hoiberg, when I talked to him last night, really stressed, as I mentioned at the top of the show, all of his starters upperclassmen. A lot of experience, what I call college grown-ups here on this team.
Yeah.
He talked about how much they like each other, how they know the system, kind of showing up how they've responded to the Illini pushes here.
Would you call them college grown-ups?
College grown-ups.
Is that a nice way to say they're old? They're old team for college?
You remember being in college. You were never really a full grown-up, but they've got kids in their 20s who played a lot of college basketball. Yeah. Boswell got there, kicks it back out. Stojakovic. Blocked by Berke. Buchtengel got a hand on it. Lawrence pulls it back out. Sanford's got 32 points. And Wisely will just take some time, although he's in some trouble. Garcia working on Stojakovic. Little jump hook. Ivasic got his hands on it. Buchtengel with the foul. So that's 4 against Buchtengel. He's their top rebounder coming into the game.
He got elbowed right in the face.
He's not up yet.
Yeah, those never feel good. It was definitely unintentional.
He had the bloody mouth earlier this week in the game against Wisconsin.
See, right there, when Ivasic comes for the rebound, that left elbow just clocks him right in the face.
The previous play is under review for a potential flagrant foul.
And the fans don't like it, but the officials have to take a look at it just to make sure that there was no foul play. And I'm sure this won't really take long. The elbow was thrown, but it was unintentional. Right here, going up for the rebound, coming down, he didn't even see him. So it's the officials are doing their job by looking at it. This is a review that I don't think will take very long. And this was definitely an unintentional elbow.
After review, the call on the floor is confirmed. Foul on Nebraska.
Okay, so the foul against Buchengel, he does have 4.
Gotta hate it when you get elbowed in the face. And fouls on you.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So Nebraska coming in unbeaten. This is their first true road test. They've responded very well, but Illinois has come back many times here today. Right now they trail by 5. Ivasic at the line, a little over 6 minutes left in this one. Well, they have not been themselves at the line here. I mentioned number 2 in the Big Ten coming into this game. Right now 10 out of 16. Sanford, Lawrence got the step to the baseline, finds Garcia. He's got 2 more.
And that's another strong take inside by Garcia. Using that pump fake to keep the big fella a little bit off balance and going up and finishing.
Well, those are bonus buckets from the big fella here in the second half.
Oh, yeah. When you get those points out of Garcia, you got to love those because you're not expecting him to be a big-time scorer for you. That guy, you definitely expect him to be a big-time scorer. Stojakovic keeping it going in the paint for the Illini.
Been the primary scorer here in the second half. The lead again, 5.
Not screening that zone.
Garcia, up and under.
Okay, put that thing down, flipped it, and reversed it. I see you, Garcia.
He's got the only bench points for the Huskers so far tonight. They've all come here in the second half. Keaton Wagler ends up in the hands of Lawrence. He's got Hoiberg. Knocked away by Boswell.
Excellent hands by Boswell.
Garcia just taking it to the basket and being nifty around the rim.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was very confident, knew where he wanted to get to right away, went to the reverse to shield Ivasic from his shot and went ahead and finished it.
Averaging 4 points, he has 6 tonight. Sanford, Lawrence accelerates. Garcia again. Oh my!
Okay.
Tried the other side, not quite. Boswell. Knocked away by Garcia. It'll stay here with the Illini. We're trying to get it to Stojakovic.
This is the ISO for Stojakovic right here. If you're in Nebraska, you might have to pinch in a little bit. He's been killing you with the drives. That out-of-bounds play is a specific ISO for Stojakovic. I almost called him Page. I almost called him his dad's name. Sorry, I played with his dad in Dallas. But that is an ISO for him, and you have to slide in and guard him.
Well, Mast was open. Now the jump hook.
He's tough inside. He's just strong.
Rink Mast, 17 points, 1 below his average. As we're now inside the 4-minute mark, lead is 7. And Hoiberg with the foul as Wagler was driving to the hoop.
Before the shooting, foul on the court, Huskers, number 1, Sam Hoiberg, his 4th, team's 10th.
Nebraska with that perfect 10-0 record. 3:51 left. They've got a 7-point lead. 3:52 left in the game here in Champaign. 7-point lead for Nebraska. It's at that point of the game here, Brendan, where the fouls become a big issue. You see a pair of Huskers, Buchengel and Hoiberg, have 4. Bryce Sanford has 3. He's been the one guarding Stojakovic, who's a tough cover anyway. Let's see if they put somebody else on Andre here.
Yeah, and I'm not sure who they will put on him, but they might have to just to make sure that Sanford doesn't pick up any fouls down the stretch of this ball game. He is too important to what Nebraska wants to do on the other end.
Wagler with 14 points so far, making 15 after the 23 he had in Columbus on Tuesday night. On the other end, they've had a hard time stopping Rink Mast in the second half. He knocks them both down.
Ben Humrickhouse returning for Illinois.
5-point lead. Humrickhouse checks back in. Davis goes to the bench for Illinois.
And Illinois is going to decide to come with a little bit of pressure. We've seen a lot of different defenses. Straight man, we've seen them drop back in the zone, and now they're coming with what looks like a little bit of man-to-man press action.
Lawrence says, I've got it. Senior against the freshman here for Illinois. Mast 12 points in the second half. Sanford. Back to Mast. High arcing three, no. Stojakovic rebound. Boswell. Humrickhouse. Rebound Garcia.
He still just can't find it. Quality look, just couldn't knock it down.
He's had a hard time hitting that three here recently. Just one for his last 7 coming in. Hoiberg all the way there.
Little show and go from Hoiberg.
Husker lead back to 7 inside of 3 minutes left. Wagler. That three will help.
Are you sure this kid's a freshman? Are you kidding me? There's no fear. Late in the game, you need a bucket. The Illini know where to go.
Wagler's got 19 points. 2:52 left. Nebraska's lead of Illinois is 4. You watch Keaton Wagler early in his freshman year, 19 points tonight, 23 earlier in the week. Hard to believe that he chose between Illinois and Minnesota. He was the state player of the year in Kansas.
I mean, normally players like that don't get out of the state. I don't understand what happened. First of all, I don't understand how he was the 150th ranked recruit. They're going to have to show me the other 149 kids. I'm sure he had to be in front of some of them.
Now, only a 4-star recruit instead of 5. Brad Underwood had an interesting way of telling us what you can do with the stars next to your name today, but he said, doesn't matter, he's playing now. Back to Lawrence here. Illini need some defense. Hoiberg back to Lawrence. They'll be happy to use all the seconds on that shot clock, which now reads 15.
If you're Nebraska, it is Mast and Sanford time. One of those two guys got to either get the shot or create the shot for somebody else.
Hoiberg, then the 3-ball corner. Mast rebound. Gives it up. Garcia couldn't hang on, and Humrickhouse has it. Illinois with a chance to make it a 1-possession game here. And Wagler, we talked about how he hadn't turned it over. Costly one there.
Yeah, big-time turnover right there by the freshman. Got the fan base standing up over here. Couldn't really see what happened in the corner.
Gonna have to stand up ourselves here. 8th turnover.
Yeah, I hate to do it to the people behind me, but I can't see. So I'm have to, all 7 foot of me is going to have to stand up so I can get a little bit of a view of what's going on with the action.
Foul on the Illini, number 23.
Foul called against Illinois. That's against Wagler. So this full court press, but they got him to inbound it right where they wanted.
Oh, man. Wagler had it right in his hand and just popped out.
Nebraska keeps it, 4-point lead. Sanford double teamed up to Mast.
They got numbers.
Big fella handled the ball. That's 6'10" right there.
He had Garcia on his left. He just didn't quite see it.
Inside of 2 minutes. Huskers by 4. Sanford pulls up. Stojakovic board. Well, he had Boswell for a moment. Boswell fouled from behind. And they'll send the senior to the line.
DeMarcus Lawrence, his third.
Lawrence has 3 fouls now. Boswell for the season just under an 80% free throw shooter. Today he's 5 out of 7. Three-point lead. Here's what's coming up in the Big Ten. In East Lansing, Spartans will be at it on Tuesday nights. And some Big East after that, also Northwestern playing host to Valpo. But right here in Champaign, we've got a tight one, 1:38 left. And Nebraska's lead has been cut to 2.
They're going to stick with the pressure.
Lawrence to Garcia. They break it pretty easily that time.
Let's see if they can get Mass to touch inside.
He's been the top scorer in the second half for Nebraska.
He's trying to post up.
Got Humberhouse.
It's his time. He's one-on-one down there.
Mass to Garcia. To the hoop. And he'll shoot 2. Ivisic called for the foul.
Coach Underwood does not like it at all. I'm going to need to see a replay of this one before I have my own opinion. That's what does that mean, Paul? What does that mean? What does that mean?
It means I suppose that one could have gone either way.
Are you questioning the call? It's never good when something happens. You just say,
You can hear the fans had a lot of reaction to that.
I thought that was real ticky-tack. That's what I'm just going to say for as well as this game has been played and officiated. I didn't love that call right there at that moment. I love to see the players decide the game.
So they put 3 seconds back on the clock, and Jared Garcia will be at the line. He's been very good here in the second half. 3 buckets. Has not been to the free throw line yet. 83% free throw shooter so far this year. He's made 11 out of 13 this season, pushes the lead back to 3. He averages 4 points. He's got 8 tonight, all in the second half. He checks out.
He's done a really good job these last 7 or 8 minutes. Had some clutch free throws right there. Had some nice takes along the baseline as well. Garcia has been very impressive tonight. Gave him some strong minutes.
Back to a 2-possession lead here for Nebraska.
And Nebraska going zone, surprisingly.
Inside the 1 minute.
And that's just fitting. The guy that struggled to shoot threes all game long at home in Champaign, when Illinois needs it most, they call on their leader, Humberhouse, to knock down the 3 from the corner.
Humberhouse knocks down a 3. And Fred Hoiberg was actioning like he called a timeout, but they're not giving him that timeout. Okay, so no timeout called or given. Just inside of 52 seconds left. Illinois as close as they've been for a while. Nebraska is led by as many as 10 points in the second half. They led by 14 in the first. 1-point game.
Like I said, it's got to be Mass or Sanford. Those are the guys. They got to touch it. They don't have to shoot it, but those guys have to touch it.
Shot clock to 7. Hoiberg missed. Got his own rebound. Right back up. Missed it.
And there he is. Garcia. How big has he been down the stretch for this Nebraska ball club?
10 points all in the second half. Now the lead back to 3.
Got to switch this.
Ivisic goes. Tie game.
They got to switch that. In that situation, you have to switch it. You cannot commit 2 to the ball. Wagler comes off the screen and roll. 2 guys commit to him. Ivicic wide open, and the big fella knocks it down when his team needed him most.
His first points today. 1, 2, 3, tie in the game. Just like we started the second half, and that is tied. A little over 17 seconds left. Nebraska ball. If you're drawing up a play here, the ball has to make sure it gets to which player?
I think I'm going to run some action for Sanford, but I'm going to have Mass possibly looking to get the ball in the post. So I want to see if Sanford can get the ball. Maybe it's off a pin down, maybe it's off a back screen, but I want to see if I can get him to catch the ball and be in the action. Whether he gets the shot or not, that doesn't really matter because they might overreact to him also.
So Sanford had 26 points in the first half. He's got 32 total, but he has cooled down quite a bit in the second half. Rink Mast has taken over as the top offensive threat for Fred Hoiberg. All tied, 17 seconds left. The Big Ten's very first and the only here today in the country that matches in-conference opponents that are ranked against each other exactly like you would draw it up.
I tell you what, Paul, I'm going to go back to early in the second half. They ran a nice curl action with Sanford and Mast involved. I might go back to that because when you run that curl action right there, that puts your 2 best players involved with it, and you're going to get a shot from one of those 2 guys. I would really like to see if they would run that play in this situation.
Jamarcus Lawrence has also had a good second half as a scorer. Really kept him out in front early as Illinois continued to come back, and he is inbounding the ball right now. Illinois has been in this full court press the better part of these last 10 minutes. And here we go. Shot clock turned off.
Down to 10. Don't wait too long. Gotta go.
Down to 5. Hoiberg kicks it out. Lawrence for the win. Got it!
Jamarcus Lawrence, for 3.
And you can tell it was good right away. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Jamarcus Lawrence walks it off in Champaign. And Nebraska is 11-0 for the first time in school history.
And it was, from our angle, we could tell it was good as soon as it left his hands. It was right on line.
Fans, thank you for attending today's game. The final score, Illinois 80, Nebraska 83.
Oh,
If you're buzzed,
wow.
make sure your final play
Nebraska
today is a
still
silver
perfect. They
driver
beat
or
Illinois
rideshare and not the
83
DUI.
to
If you
80.
feel different,